Hi everybody, my name's Sean and welcome to the How To Hero YouTube channel. So I have some channeling from Ka here today that I wanted to read. So a lot of channels that you'll see around refer to this organization as the Galactic Federation. I always did as well. In this channeling, Ka sort of takes a minute to clarify on some of this, and I hope you guys find it interesting. At the end of it, I might throw in some insight that I have around what is interesting as far as this goes, in as far as I can see. If things don't resonate, always discard them. We are the principle of Ka and greet you, dear brother, in the light and in the love of the one infinite creator. As always, we ask that our words be discerned inwardly through your discretion, and those thoughts we offer which do not resonate be let go. In this way, we ensure our capacity to speak freely without fear of infringement. Your peoples have a proclivity for the naming and the study of the history. This is understandable by us as we observe the primary orientation of the societal mind. We remind the instrument that we do not query in history, and that our purpose for establishing this contact is of a philosophical nature. We wish that the proper lack of importance be placed upon the information we offer that is specific and historical in nature. We are seekers of truth and connected with your vibration in harmony that is established in love and this pursuit of truth. We will offer some basic information about our organization of social memory complexes, though we must indicate that there are many groups, many social memory complexes, and many entities now which offer catalysts to your planetary mind both from within the inner planes and beyond. Not all of these offered philosophies pass through the approval process of the Council, for some are what may be called local, and some are sought directly by your entities and occur outside of the mesh of quarantine. We ask humbly that all seekers take care to notice the polarity of the frequency of thought on offer by any entity, and always run it through your discernment. We do not propose to make these judgments on behalf of the seeker. Observing and feeling the heart of the messaging shall illuminate the goal of the philosophy on offer to the seeker, and with a focused mind rooted in their own heart. We must correct this instrument upon the naming of the organization within which we reside in service to others. Ours is not a federation. Ours is a confederate, a grouping voluntarily arranged by social memory complexes who wish to serve others throughout what you may term this galaxy. We quibble with this nomenclature as it is imperative to our thinking that one understand, if we may use this misnomer, that our group is a grouping of sovereign but like-minded social memory complexes toward the common goal of serving others. The federations, of which there are many, are maintained and act in accordance with the structure of their hierarchy. Each social memory complex therein is not recognized as sovereign, and is instead working towards the goal established by the governing forces of the Federation. One may see the clear and important distinction when one is considering positive service to others philosophy with negative service to self philosophy. Our organization may more closer to truth be called the Confederation of Planets in service to the infinite creator. We do not term the Confederation galactic, for to term it this way is redundant. Any federation or confederation of social memory complexes is by nature galactic to some degree. This term was distorted and added by your peoples to indicate the otherworldly nature of our existence. We are not other. We are alien only in that we evolved from another place and time. We are as you are, and we wish to offer philosophy that allows the free will choice of the seeker to observe and select the polarity which best meets their alignment. One may term us extraterrestrial, as we do not come from your Earth, and therefore this term is precisely accurate. All entities within the Confederation, of which there are over 500 planetary entities, may be called and communicated with via thought. For an entity to visit in physical, we proceed with a process for the Council to approve or deny the request to break quarantine. Our group is not all-encompassing. There are entities not of our philosophy. There are entities that choose to progress in isolation. There are entities which work to progress through enslavement. We offer our protection and service to planetary entities as we deem appropriate and based on the calling from these planetary entities. Your peoples have been calling, and we have answered. One of the Council-approved missions were to allow social memory complexes the invitation to volunteer as wanderers to come, to watch, to learn, to heal, to love, to become of the sorrow of your peoples. This has been happening for many ages, and as harvest began and was prepared for, many wanderers chose to incarnate. It was found that our direct contact and further teachings offered to your peoples of the law of one was distorted, and thus we have ensured that we have remained here to correct the distortions introduced by our teachings. It became clear that the most efficacious way to cleanse and purify the collective mind would be done through the veiled incarnate souls with their ancient wisdom. This ensures free will was never truly abridged, for the peoples of your world would see the peoples of ours as one and the same. Even the ones who come from us do not fully penetrate and remember, ensuring the mystery of your density remains unsolvable. There are entities of our confederation who, lacking in wisdom, still perceive the need for conflict and war. This war is of thought and is participated in by fourth density positive and fourth density negative entities. The Confederate greatly outnumbers the forces who wish to dispense negative philosophy and enslave. Rough numbers may be likened to the 90 and 10%, the former number accounting for our positively oriented forces and other positive forces which have not joined our numbers. Balance in power is maintained, however. This is primarily due to the nature of polarization and the differing of how a positively oriented social memory complex serves versus the opposite service offered by the negative path of thought. The positive sends love freely. We await your call. We have and hold immense power, but this power is not called to action on behalf of the entities we attempt to serve. Those we serve must ask us for our service, and as our service manifests as catalyst to the seeking mind-body-spirit complex, we may only respond to the calling of the unified collective mind if responding in a global scale. What this means for your experience at this time nexus is that your humans do not yet agree in the calling to us. We will serve, but we will not endeavor to bring technology or physical service until the planetary mind is in harmony with the calling. We will respond to the individual, and there are many entities which act as beacons and respond to these calls from individuals. Some of these individuals have what may be termed followings by other selves, and the Confederation is aware of their intention to distribute the information received in communication. Your intentions may be read by us as you would read a book detailing one's plan. We offer our thoughts to those who call for the law of one with service to others in their heart, and we offer freely, without expectation of any kind. The negative entity calls itself to service. It attempts to abridge free will by convincing the entity at context to choose to follow, to choose to enslave. In rare cases, the human entity in purity of service to self may enslave the higher density light being. This is rare and is a risk that the negative path needs manage, as one who is pure of heart and mind in service to self may reverse the bidding process and enslave. As entities raise in wisdom and vibration, it becomes more difficult and more fruitless for negative entities to attempt to manipulate them. Failed attempts at enslavement or failed attempts at calling themselves to service in the face of one who knows, loves, and in love rejects the offered service will reduce the polarity of the negative entity, and they must regroup and regain energy if they wish to try again. All Confederation communication is received is freely given, and the choice of how this information is distilled, disseminated, or placed into a vehicle of learning is the choice of the seeker. We are of the law of one, and in our best discernment we offer the philosophy that all things are one. All separation is delusion and is untruth. All fear is illusion. The environment of separates you amuse yourself in distorting is for your learning. It is perfect, and you are loved and cherished by the infinite Creator. We leave you now, glowing and basking in the light and love of the one infinite Creator. Go forth in peace, my brother, and we will be with you again. So I found that really interesting that they're sort of quibbling, like they said, around the Confederation versus Federation. Even I was calling it Federation for a long time, and it's interesting that they sort of popped in to say this. I think even some of the channeling that I did earlier said Federation. So it's interesting that it's coming through this way. I think that basically that maybe that word is easy to distort, or it's easy for some of the words to distort. And I'm new to this channeling thing, fairly new anyways. I've only been doing it for about a year and a bit. And I haven't really been releasing too much on the channel, although that's going to start increasing more as we ramp things up and start to release some of the things that we're going to be doing. So more on that later today. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your faces. Love all of you guys. If you enjoyed the video, click that like button. It really helps with the channel. If you want to see more of the stuff we make, just consider subscribing. Thanks so much. Take care.